All right, this is the review of solving quadratics. The first one says this first slide says to solve by factoring. I don't think we had any of these examples in the slides we did, but if you look at these three numbers here, 3, -24, -9, a 3 is common, so I'm going to factor out a 3 first. Let me make this bigger so you can see it. So factoring out a 3, you get x squared in the parentheses minus 8x minus 33 equals 0. And then you want to find the factors, excuse me, of -33 that equal -8. So the factors of 33 that equal -8 are -11 and 3 and +3. Equate each factor to 0. Can kind of ignore this 3 because if I divided 3 into both sides, then I would have x minus 11 times x plus 3 equals 0. So just going to equate each factor to 0. X minus 11 equals 0, or x plus 3 equals 0. It's equal 11, or x equal -3. Second one here, there's not a common factor here, so I'm just going to multiply a and c together to start with. So 2 times 15 equal 30. And then the factors of 30 that add to -13 are -10 and -3. Divide -10 and -3 by 2. We say leading coefficient. -10 divided by 2. And -3 divided by 2. And simplify. -5/1. And -3/2 doesn't simplify. And I'm going to take these two fractions and turn them into factors. This becomes a coefficient of x. This is a constant term. Coefficient of x, constant term. So we have x minus 5 and 2x minus 3. Equate each factor to 0. I don't need these parentheses. I have two solutions. X equal 5 or x equal 3 halves. The third one, get all the terms on one side, so I'm going to subtract 12x. The factors of 32 that sum to negative 12 are negative 8 and negative 4. Since this is a 1, we're just going to go right to the factored form. X minus 8 equate each factor to 0. X equal 8 or x equal 4. That takes care of slide 1. Slide 2, solve by completing the square. The first thing you want to do is add 24 to both sides of the equation. Next, you're going to do 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. Square 5. Add 25 to both sides of the equation. And then factor the left here. X plus 5 squared equal 49. Square root of both sides. So I'm going to separate this into two parts here. So x plus 5 equals 7, or x plus 5 equal negative 7. Subtract 5 from both sides in both equations. X equal 2, or x equal negative 12. Second one, you want to add 40 to both sides. Negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. Negative 7 squared equals 49. Add 49 to both sides. And factor the left. Take the square root of both sides. We're going to separate this again into two equations. Square root of 89. The other equation would be x minus 7 equal negative square root of 89. And then finishing x equals 7 plus the square root 89, or x equals 7 minus square root of 89. Those are the two on completing the square there. And then finally, slide 3 is solved by the quadratic formula. The first equation, a equal 1, b equal 10, c equal negative 40. Plug it in the quadratic formula. Negative 10 plus square root. 10 squared would be 100 minus 4 times 1 times negative 40 then divided by 2 times 1, which is 2. I'm just simplifying what's under the radical. 100, and then negative 4 times negative 40 is 160, so this is 260. And you can just leave the answer like that. Second one, A is 2, B is 5. Plug it into the quadratic. So negative 5 plus or minus square roots. 5 squared is 25 minus 4 times 2 times negative 2. Divided by 2 times 2, which is 4. And just simplify what's under the radical to finish. X. Negative 5 plus or minus square roots. Then 25 and negative 4 times 2 is negative 8 times negative 2 is 16. 25 plus 16 would be 41. Divided by 4. All right, the formative is 5 problems. 3 of them you're going to have to do the method that's recommended, and 2 you can use any method you like.